Today we're going to be doing a series of videos. The first one here is the Model JN, and it's going to cover all the various aspects of the machine, the basic, what the different parts are and what their function is and how they're used. So this is the Model JN semi-automatic dough divider and rounder. This is the operating handle. The operating handle is used primarily in the pressing portion of the dough, which we'll get into later, and also the cutting. The next function on the machine in the operation is called the trip lever. The trip lever is used for releasing the cutting knives to cut the dough into the individual pieces before the rounding process takes place. And the lever on the left-hand side is called the rounding lever. This lever, when the machine is turned on, activates the rounding motion to actually round the pieces. Up on front here we have canopies. The canopies, when removed, will expose the upper workings of the machine, which includes the dough ring. This encircles the dough during the pressing, cutting, and rounding portion, keeps them all together. The trip lever, of course, releases the cutting knives. This is called the dough pallet. The dough that's going to be divided and rounded is placed onto the dough pallet before it's placed into the machine. And lastly, we have what's called the stop rod. The stop rod's function is to adjust the size of the pocket that the dough ball will have during the rounding process and actually apply some down pressure on it so that during the rounding process it's going to work like your hand on top and keep pressure on it so that the pieces will pick up and round in a period of time. This is one of the main adjustments that has to be made depending on the amount of dough that's placed in here. The adjustment is simply made by loosening a lock nut, and you can turn it down for a smaller product and raise it up for larger product. During the rounding process, this here should be making contact with what's called the trip plate and plumping up just a little bit, and we'll try to show that during the operations section of this video. But anyhow, operating handle, trip lever, rounding lever, dough pallet, ring, and stop rod. That's the basic. Oh, and then your on-off switch is over here. This is just a simple toggle switch that turns the machine on and off.